It's super heavy. I could probably carry it over.
Let me just kind of explain what's going on right now.
We've got a bunch of boxes over there as well, so I just set them down.
So basically what's going on right now is we actually came to check out this flip property with Vlad, and basically what's going on right now, it looks like he's actually getting his cabinets as well, so it's actually perfect timing.
Boom, yeah, getting cabinets right now. Thought I was gonna have to come back, but never mind, we're good.
So is this a whole set of cabinets?
Yeah.
Or is there another?
No, we're good. They split it up into two. It was like they're supposed to deliver on Wednesday. They're like, never mind, we're delivering on Thursday. Never mind, we're delivering on Thursday and Friday. We're splitting it up. So I was like, all right.
Oh, perfect timing.
Yeah, so we're good. We're good. I'll have to let my project manager know. So my dad's also my project manager.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I pay him based like on every project. So I don't really this is my first time here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, since I bought it. I bought it and I came here. I kind of bought it almost sight unseen. I saw it, saw pictures, bought it, came here. I was like, oh my God, this place is a mess. Whatever, we're good, we'll make it happen. And then I haven't been back since.
So is this the only project you got going on right now, or?
I have this one going on. I have one with tenants in it that we're waiting for them to move out in 2 weeks. We've already got bids on it and everything like that. That one is in the Northwest. I've got one listed, Chicago. We'll go check that one out. And I've got a couple in contract and then some wholesales too. So not doing crazy volume, but we've got some deals going on.
Well, that's what I want. But what we're gonna do today is after these guys leave, we're gonna start from the beginning and just kind of walk through this whole process.
Perfect.
And just kind of show me what's going on. But you know, on today's episode, what we really want to do is like for the guys that are just getting started and kind of share your experience going like through the whole process.
Absolutely.
How to find the money, how to find the deals, what made you get started and all that stuff. All right, what's up everybody? On today's new episode, I got Vlad here. He is a Las Vegas flipper. And on today's episode, I want to talk about how to actually get started on your first flip property. And this is the man right here, the myth and the legend. So I want to get started with him because you did how many properties so far?
So far this year, we're right at about 22.
About 22?
22, that's wholesale and flipping.
And you started about what, less than 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, I started, I did my first deal March of 2020, right before the pandemic, right before we shut down.
That is very impressive. So what do we have here?
So this is 4303 Manili.
Okay.
This is a small townhouse out here on, I'd say, the east side of Vegas. We picked this one up at 100 grand, and ARV should be about 165, 170 on this one.
So explain what the ARV is to the audience.
Yeah, absolutely. So ARV is after repair value. After we go in here, redo everything, what is this property going to be worth on the resale market? What is the end consumer going to pay for this? Okay.
And how do you find out what the repair value is?
The repair value, we obviously get contractors in here, contractor bids, kind of see what they charge. The bids have obviously gone up. Materials are a little bit more expensive, so we're running a little bit high on bids. But with that being said, now we're putting that into our purchase price, where we know that it's going to cost a little bit more to renovate it, and we get as many contractors in here as we can. We have a few that we really like working with, and they get us bids. We decide what we want to do and go ahead and move forward.
So what you're saying is the after repair value is the cost of everything total, not the comps of what the property's worth. Is that correct?
Well, the after repair value would be the comps of what we're going to sell it at. But after that, we subtract our renovation, we subtract the purchase price, all of our holding costs, and that's when we get profit, which we walk away with.
All right. Well, I want to go see what it looks like in the inside.
Let's do it. So this one, we're not done with it yet, but we're in progress. So this is kind of what something like this would look like in progress. This is about 912 square feet. This is a 2-bed, 2-bath. There is a half bath downstairs, and then there's full bath upstairs. And we don't have any cabinets right now. We actually just got them delivered right now as you guys came. So
which is pretty cool.
Perfect timing. Yeah, I didn't have to have my project manager out here. I just signed off, and we'll let my contractors know. But Yeah, we had a little bar area right here. It was super dark. I'll probably get you some videos and stuff so you can show the audience, but videos, pictures, and yeah, I mean, there's not too much going on. It's a pretty small space, and this was actually completely shattered. It was like one of the old black doors. So we put a new one in here. We did not anticipate we'd have to, but after we came and we looked at it, we were just going to replace the glass. But it was just like, it wasn't moving, it was so rusted, so we were like, all right. So we essentially went about $500 to $600 over budget on the door, had to get a new door. So that's kind of what we're working with.
So let me ask you this, what made you get into real estate flipping?
Yeah.
Because when you get into real estate, there's so many different little niches here and there. You can become just directly a wholesaler, real estate agent. I mean, you can become a broker. I mean, there's so many different avenues. What made you say, hey, I actually want to flip properties? Yeah,
I've just always thought that flipping was like so cool. It was like getting a property that is just not in great shape, and then at the end of the day, just making it really nice, and people are like, wow, like this is the same product. So I've always resonated with that. I liked it a lot. So whenever I started looking into real estate, that's something that I really liked. That was kind of the end goal for me. So I started off wholesaling because I didn't have the funds to flip, or I didn't know how to use private money, stuff like that. So I decided that, hey, I'm going to wholesale first, and then once I get enough funds, I'm going to start flipping, and I love it so far.
Now, when you say wholesaling, what is wholesaling? Yeah,
so wholesaling is essentially flipping, but you're never really buying the property. You're contracting the property, you're getting, the assignable rights to the property, and then you find a flipper that's willing to pay a little bit more, and you're assigning it to them for a fee. So essentially, you get paid to be a really good deal finder, because deals are really hard to find. So a wholesaler is just essentially kind of the original originator of the deal. They find the deal and then get the deal for a flipper. The flipper, all they have to do is just buy it off the wholesaler, and obviously renovate it and resell.
So it's kind of like almost like a real estate agent. A real estate agent goes out and finds a seller that wants to sell the home. They list the home and they find a buyer, and they put two parties together. But also, we just did a video, wholesaling versus a real estate agent. So check out that video on the link in the description below. Now, it sounds like to me, if you're just getting started, right? And if you don't have money to flip homes, that's probably where you're going to start as a wholesaler, right?
Yeah. Now, knowing what I know now, you could definitely get into flipping. But for me, I realized, hey, I'm going to wholesale first. I'm going to build up this capital so that I don't have to ask other people for money. I'm going to make my own money, and then use that money to flip. And then once I can get a flip under my belt, that's when I'll go out and I'll ask for private money. That was kind of the plan for me, and I was able to execute it. Now, we've used private money for deals. We've actually had a deal that was completely funded by just an individual that, funded the entire thing. We didn't have to go to a lender, a bank, or anything like that, but it's hard to start off like that.
Now, when it comes to wholesaling, right, and how much money can you actually make wholesaling a deal?
You can make as much money as you really can. I mean, at the end of the day, it's how low can you get the deal for? Essentially, how good of a deal can you get? And then how high is a flipper willing to pay? Some flippers are willing to pay a little bit higher. Maybe they really like the area. Maybe their money costs are very low, so they can pay a little bit higher. So that's obviously gonna, kind of pad your margins. And then obviously as good of a deal as you can get. Maybe the seller wants 110 grand, but then you negotiate and you lock it up for 100 grand. Now you just essentially made yourself 10 grand on the assignment fee.
And what's the most have you ever made on a wholesaling deal?
On a wholesaling deal, we made $40,000.
$40,000?
We made 40 grand on a wholesale deal. So this was summer last year. So we did. It was a good deal, and the thing is, the sellers didn't care. The sellers didn't care. I told them, hey, I'm not the end buyer on this one. We're actually going to bring in a buyer. We're essentially finding the deal, and we'll make kind of a split on it. I had no idea it was going to be 40 grand, but once I kind of asked my flipper buddies, hey, what are you going to pay for this? And they let me know. I was like, okay, let's do it. So
I would have posted that all on Instagram. Yo, check out this check.
So it was super cool. Definitely unexpected, but we've had some 20 grand wholesales. We have one that's 30 grand right now. That's in
Dude, you're really making that much wholesaling?
Wholesaling, yeah.
That's crazy.
Here in Vegas.
Dude,
so
I'm done. I'm not selling real estate anymore. Now, Vlad, explain what's going on here, because it looks like we just got your cabinets, and it looks like you the Hamptons, right?
Yeah, so this is just a small kitchen.
Okay.
I mean, this is probably the smallest kitchen I've done. Obviously, this is probably one of the smallest properties I've done. We picked it up off the MLS, and we're just gonna do, cabinets around right here. We're gonna do, new granite countertops. It's gonna be a pretty small kitchen, but at the end of the day, this property is probably, for somebody that is single, maybe a small family. It doesn't really need to be huge, and the price point, dictates that it's not gonna be too huge either. So. We're gonna do the white shakers. It's gonna look good, and just really cleaning it up, making it really, really nice. When somebody comes in here, they're like, yeah, I could see myself living here. It's it's clean.
Why don't you take me upstairs? This is what
for
this
sure.
is all about. Now, one of the things I also want to ask you is, how do you actually find your deals? Yeah, because I think that's kind of like one of the challenges that people have, right? Absolutely.
Yeah. So finding deals is the toughest part. Everybody kind of wants to get into flipping, but they can't find the deals. Finding deals, we're usually doing direct to seller. Most of our deals that I've done since I started have been direct to seller, and direct to seller essentially just means we're reaching out directly to the homeowner. Hey, we're an investor in the area. We're looking to buy homes. We renovate them, resell them, renovate them, rent them. Would you be interested in potentially selling?
So, I mean, how do you find them? Do you just like knock on every single door? Do you send out letters? Or
you can. You definitely can. I started off like that, door knocking. Just door knocking properties that are a little bit distressed, that need work done to them. Now I don't do that. It's really hard to scale door knocking unless you have like a team doing it. So right now we're cold calling. Have a team cold calling actually. We are doing texting. We're doing some PPC, which is Google Ads. Those are expensive here in Vegas, but you could get some deals off of that as well. So there are different avenues. Any way you can get in front of a homeowner. Referrals, reaching out to agents and saying, hey, do you have anything that's coming up you don't want to list? Maybe like a hoarder house or something like that. I want to look at it. That's always a good avenue to find.
So is this the primary bedroom or?
Yeah. So this would be essentially the master because it is attached to this bathroom. It's a pretty small bathroom. We still it's really dirty. We still got to clean it up. We put in a new kind of tub.
Oh yeah, I thought this was the light. I was like, where's the light?
There we go. The light's right here. This kind of what we're working with. We always try to put new toilet, new vanity, new tub if we can, and just make it really, really clean. And,
I noticed like the themes are pretty much all the same with all the flip properties, right? Like
so usually when you're flipping, especially like lower end, you don't want to overcomplicate it. When you do luxury, you definitely do want to because the luxury buyer is going to want that that extra maybe flair. Maybe they want the green tile background, but here you want to make it clean. You want to make it efficient. And usually that means grays, whites, it means tans. And it's the easiest way to scale a flipping business as well.
So what are you guys doing to the floor here? Just
we're going to carpet, So we're going to carpet the stairs. We're going to carpet right up here. This is not going to be carpet, but they're probably waiting to carpet this area in order to...
What is this right here, Tom? I think this is the world's smallest closet door.
I actually haven't seen this, so this is actually hilarious. This is pretty funny.
Well, it's kind of cute and cool at the same time. I just never seen.
I love it, and it's not closing, so we'll have to let them know. So that's the biggest thing with flipping. Also, quality control. Obviously, you want to come in here. Same thing with even new builds. Whenever I know you do a lot of new builds. You have to come in. Even you would think it's a new build, and everything should be perfect, but you come in and the cabinet's not closing. The cabinet handles are missing. Same thing here. Contractors. There's the GC, but they also hire out subs. And those guys are just coming to get the job done. So sometimes they miss things, and you just got to let the GC know, hey, this needs to be fixed.
So how was it on your first deal? Because walk me through it. So on your first deal, you did wholesaling, right? Yeah. Like how many wholesale deals did you actually do from there?
So I did from March of 2020 till the end of the year. I did 9 wholesale deals. Okay.
So did you save that money to do your first flip and fund your own deal?
I didn't fund my own deal, but I wanted to fund my own down payment and fund, essentially you get funded, you need to fund the down payment, and then hard money funds the rest of the deal, and they fund the purchase, the rehab costs. But with the rehab costs, you have to front the money up front, and then they pay you back for it as the work gets done.
Were you scared?
No, not at all. No, I wasn't.
I'd be nervous.
I wasn't scared. I was confident, but because I knew, for me, I knew it was my own money that I was risking. So I was like, hey, I'm a person. I didn't involve anybody else in it. I was like, if I lose this money, I lose this money. I just made it, you know, this year. So if I lose everything, it's cool. We'll just restart from the start, you know. But at the end of the day, this could be, you know, what pushes me into kind of the next level. Okay. So not being scared, but being confident.
So what it sounds like what you're saying is that you went out, you found the deals through every single source that you can think of, skip tracing, knocking on doors. Once you found the deals, you were collecting the money as far as wholesaling. Then you took your own money that you made from there. You went to a hard money lender after you found your deal. And you put up your money, and then you went through that process of flipping a home. Now, obviously, this is your first flip. How did you know how to find the right contractors, the right materials, and how do you know if you're getting ripped off or not?
Yeah, so, you know, the biggest thing when kind of getting ripped off is using multiple contractors. So, you know, you have to get multiple contractor bids. You don't want to just go with the first guy, because that's exactly how you get ripped off. You know, just using the first guy that comes by. But once you have multiple contractors that come by, that is when, you know, you could say, hey, you know, this guy's a little pricey. It's like, does he, you know, what's going on? And you could, everything is itemized in a contractor bid. So they're going to tell you, hey, flooring is this much. Hey, flooring is, you know, this is this much. And then you could compare and contrast all of them and be like, why is this guy charging $10,000 for flooring? Obviously, he's not the right guy for us. So that's, you know, that's how you don't get ripped off. And as far as finding contractors, referrals are great. I reached out to a bunch of flippers. Hey, you know, who do you guys use? You know, who do you guys recommend? Obviously, the really, really great contractors, none of the flippers really want to share their best guy, because, you know, they keep them busy. But at the end of the day, there's still going to be people out there that, you know, hey, I used this guy, he was great, you know, check him out. And that's a great way to do it. I know dumpster driving, I got a couple contractors doing that. And that just means, you know, driving around the neighborhood, you see the blue dumpster, you know, the house is obviously getting flipped. So you drop by, you know, peek your head in, hey, can I come in? Come in, find who the GC is. Obviously, they're flipping, and you're already right there. You can see their work, and you know, hey, can I grab a business card? We're flipping as well.
That's a great tip. That's a good way to do it. Now, I know you got a property that you just completed, right? And you have it on the market.
I do have it on the market, correct.
So I definitely want to go check that one out. So let's go check that one out.
Let's do it. The seller lived in Nashville, Tennessee. He was a lawyer. He's like, I'm just gonna flip it myself. Never mind, your offer's too low. Later on, when we bought it, there was actually a squatter that moved in here. They moved in all their furniture, started getting unemployment to the house.
You know what they say about the red doors, right?
What do they say about the red doors?
If you Asian, man, it's all about the money coming in.
There we go. In here, we did something new on this one that I've never done before.
What was it?
On other flips, I've had 10, 15 offers within the first 24 hours, you know, and this one, obviously not the case. So you gotta wait, you know, a week, 2 weeks before you